Hi there, this is Sandy McManus with needsaribbon.com, and I just want to take a minute and go over the Stampin' Up! Current January to June 2021 mini catalog. I just received a bunch of swaps from my local group. We held our own little card exchange, if you will. I call them swaps, they're card exchanges, where we exchange ideas. And I'm just going to do a little walkthrough of the catalog and kind of show you what our group came up with. This is by no means all the samples I have for each of these products. I have lots more, but I just thought I'd begin. Here's the front of the catalog. We have some kits introduced in this catalog. We have lovely Hello Dear Friend, which I will be doing a class on Facebook Live on February 6th. So be sure and check that out on my Facebook page, Sandy McManus Stamps. The You Are Amazing kit, which is, both of them, beautiful flowers versus some of my favorite colors. So of course I like those. We have this darling and very timely and trendy cactus set with this gorgeous paper. And of course this is a product suite. So it includes paper, stamp set dies, and various other things in this case. Some ribbon, and I'm not even sure because I'm not getting this. At least not yet. It's only January, whatever today is. So give me time. Catalog goes to June 30th. So I may die cut felt sheets and some lemon. Okay. Oh, it's a kit. Okay. Or medley. Oh, newsflash. Sandy's getting educated while I'm filming. So it's a medley. So it comes with the stamp set, the dies, some papers, and it's a freeform kit. So you can do what you want with it. And then there's a refill of the disposable products, which would be the ribbon and the paper. And then we have, oh my gosh, I'm not normally a big Valentine person at all. But the colors in this suite this year, the Love You Always suite, and again, it's a suite. Yes, everything's on camera. It's been a while since I've done a video. It's a suite, so it has a stamp set, a coordinating die or punch. In this case, a die. Actually, it's a mega suite. So it has 2 stamp sets, 2 dies, various little trinkets. These adorable little, I believe they are actually steel heart trumps. I don't know. They're sturdy. I think they're more than aluminum. They might be steel. This ribbon, these little boxes, which mine are in order, some foil paper and some other printed foil paper, and then this black and white True Love Designer Series paper, pattern paper that, oh my gosh, I blew through. I've almost finished 1 pack already, and again, it's only January, whatever, mid-January. So, yeah, I guess I like that. And you know what? Let's go back to that a minute. If you look at one side is kind of a flowery pattern and the other side, but that's not true. Not all of them. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, one side is a flowery pattern and the other side is just a geometric pattern. It is good for any occasion and you can color it, sponge it and change the color so it's black and red or black and rococo rose or whatever you want. And then here is one of the stamp sets and die bundles. And of course, since this is a big suite, don't forget with our suites you can order, where is it? Oh, yes, $162 gets you all the products in the suite, which is a lot of paper, I'll tell you. Oh yeah, and these black self-adhesive dots, oh my gosh, they're so fun. They're so fun. I've been using them for other stuff, but that's me. I see black dots and I'm all over that. But yeah, so we have the 1 order code. If you love it all, just don't bother writing down all the numbers. Just write down that 1 number. That is, I love that we're doing that. Okay, so we have, here's another stamp set and die combo. And here is our first sample. So this is not part of the suite. The Hearts and Kisses, which is a stamp set and punch combo, or you can order them individually if you just want one or the other. I have a lot of samples with this, which I will be showing in the near future. We also have the Lots of Hearts stamp set and die, and here is our first sample from Tammy Snelson, part of my group. And look at that. Look at that trim that die cuts out. Isn't that adorable? It's just, oh, it's just so nummy. Okay, so moving on, because I have a lot to show. We have a sweet little Valentine's kit for those that need them, especially for your littles. We have Valentine's. I don't have samples for that. The sweet little Valentine's. I love the colors in this, and it reminds me of a January paper pumpkin kit from a couple years ago. Kind of a modernized version. That one had kangaroos or something in it. This one does not. I actually really like that, but I have no current purpose for it. But let's not forget, that being said, with our kits, you do not have to put it together as suggested. You could take that paper and use it for something else, and the other elements, and certainly use them for something else. So the next up, Kangaroo and Company. This kangaroo is so adorable. So here's, this sample is from Pam. And that again is, you can order the stamp set or the die and bundle and save, and save 10%. Okay, moving on. Hydrangea Hill, another product suite. This is not a mega suite. This is just our standard suite with a stamp set, a die, some pretty paper, ribbon, and dots. 2 different kinds of paper, it looks like. So here's our next sample from that. And that is a Pam again. She used the paper from the Hydrangea Hill, but we have this paper, and we also have this gorgeous Mercury Glass. It's Highland Heather and Rococo Rose Mercury Glass acetate, so it's clear with the printing on it. And this lovely ribbon and these little self-adhesive gems, which come in, I believe, Gorgeous Grape. I'm looking it up too, so I don't mess up. Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Rococo Rose, and Seaside Spray. Very, very lovely color combination. Moving on. So here's the hydrangea stamp set, and then the coordinating die. Next up, we have Wrapped Bouquet, which comes with the stamp set and die combo. It's not a suite. You can buy just the stamp set or just the die, so you desire. Next up, Springtime Joy standalone stamp set with our darling little Eastery type animals, a bunny, a lamb, and a little chick, and some flowers in an Easter basket. And we have our religious type Easter stamp set, the Gift of Hope, which I find really beautiful. We had a stamp set similar to this a couple years ago, which I really liked too. And here's a sample. I believe this is from Dawn in our group. And I just love what she's done. So next up is our Quite Curvy. This actually was available as a pre-order to everyone December, I think. And we have the stamp set and die. And at the point in November or December that they had this, they actually released some Christmas elements that went with it too. And a paper. It was a little mini bundle pre-release special. But this is also very gorgeous. I love the words. I've been playing with that. And then we have our Dandy Garden, which is a mega suite, as they call it. Which is, the Dandy Garden is the big suite. And then we have the Lucky to be a Ladybug, which is stamp set and die, stamp set and punch. Some laser cut elements, easy make cards. Some Memories and More card pack, which either make for great scrapbooking or cards or whatever your thing is. And then we have the card bases and envelopes that coordinate, and these lovely little ladybug elements, which I think I'm on my 3rd batch of them. Can't quote that. They're adorable. They are steel. They're heavy. They're adorable. And then we have our Mossy Meadow linen trim. And our paper pack, which is a stack, and that means it's a 6x6 of 48 sheets. And we get 4 sheets of each 2-sided patterns. So there's your DSP pattern paper in that suite. Moving on, here's some samples. This is one that I actually created, and this uses our new pearl fancy paper. And this actually, I don't have paper, but this actually, go back, see if I can make it. Nope, doesn't really show up. You can kind of see, but probably not on camera. There are 4 sheets in the pack that have the dragonfly that actually the punches out. You have to kind of cut around it to punch them out. But the punch will cut out 2 of the sizes of dragonflies on that sheet. So I did that for a card exchange that we had. And here is Cindy's. I believe this is Cindy. Yes, Cindy. So here's Cindy's version of that card using that dandelion element, and very lovely. And then here's more of the garden wishes. The dragonfly garden, which includes the stamp set, and this is the one that has a dragonfly punch, and the dragonfly punch punches out 2 pieces, or 2 different dragonfly sizes. And then next up we have Happy Thoughts. Am I still on camera? Yes, I'm still on camera. Want to make sure. Happy Thoughts, which is one of our $1 million sellers, got to design their own stamp set. And this is what she came up with. She likes greetings. I remember her saying that. She likes to make sure she has good greetings around. And so this is her. I love the scripty look of this. So here's one of the cards from Denise that we got in our card exchange with that stamp set. Love the colors. Those are very my colors. And here is another one, which is from Pam. And then that uses a stamp coming up, I believe. And so we have Brush Blooms here, which is a stamp set and a die, and the die makes this kind of brush strokey look. And next up we have Borders to Backgrounds. That's what it is. Borders to Backgrounds, just some nice little elements or backgrounds. So Pam used the Wild Roses stamp set for this background. Looks like designer series paper. It's not. It's actually a background stamp, which I'm not kidding how many orders I placed. I keep meaning to put it on there and I still haven't. I thought I did and I did not. I don't know. Sometimes I goof up. So the next up is Pretty Perennials. Again, a $1 Million Achiever set. She likes flowers, and so she designed these simple watercolory flowers with some very bold greetings and a coordinating die. Next up is a suite that I personally really like, is our Fine Art Floral. Even though I'm not a big flower person, the colors in this and the ease of just making cards with it. And we have, and again, it's a suite. I don't think they call it a mega suite. Nope, it's just a suite. So as the stamp set and the coordinating die that's just want to say, and then it has various greetings in the stamp set, hello or love you, whatever it is. And we have this gold acetate paper. We have gilded leafing in this, and I have already used up my, it comes with 3 grams of gold for $9. It's actually a really good deal. And I should do a video on how to mess with that separately. I'm not going to spend a lot of time discussing it here, but I've already used my first 3 grams up. Does that tell you how much fun I'm having with it? And we have a folder, which is a painted texture, and it really does look like thick canvas strokes. Thick, you know, when you lay down like really thick paint, like Van Gogh. And we have heat and stick powder, which you're supposed to use with the gilded leafing, heat and stick powder, and your heat tool. We'll go over that. And our Fine Art Floral Designer Series paper. Again, they hand painted on the canvas, our artists, and then they photograph it. And then the back side is not hand painted, actually painted. They're computer generated papers, also beautiful. Okay, here are, so there's the stamp set. So you can do the die that says just want to say, and then congratulations, you are lovely, good luck, whatever. And in the die set that cuts out the flower, and the flower can be a 2-step. This is a great use for your Stamparatus to get those two layered just right. I can freehand it, but I've also used the Stamparatus I've done it both ways because I've played with this. It also has two little label die things that it cuts out. So here is some of the gold gilt leafing that I have played with and made this card. It's all over. It is all over. That stuff, man, it's so much fun though. And it really isn't very expensive for us for what you can do with it. Here's another one from Janelle. And you can see on the paper, because I cut my paper up too much, how you can see the actual really thick paint and how they just applied really, again, very Van Gogh looking. Reminds me of the olive trees. So next up, moving on, we have the mini messages stamp set and dies. This does cut out, I believe it's 23 greetings at once. And so what my recommendation, and the die, so they're both one piece and one piece. So if you need a wide variety of greetings, I highly, highly recommend that you invest in this stamp set and die combo, because you know what you do? You want a variety of colors. You just sit there and you stamp and you die cut a wide variety of colors. It'll separate them, and then you can just make little envelopes with all your thank you ones or all your birthday ones, and then they're ready to go. Make your card making very fast. So next we have Tranquil Thoughts and the coordinating Tranquil dies, very leafy, tropical look. And then we have the Treasured Medallion stamp set and Treasured Tags punch, where it's one of these punches where it punches out 3 layers of paper strips. So 3 different ends, 3 different sizes, and they all look slightly different. Next up, we have Circle Celebrations. Again, I have a card class coming up on that in February. I really like this. I think it's very easy to work with, but I'm not sure. I might be in a camp of 1 on that, but I really like it. And we have more succulents, a succulent die set that would go great with that succulent medley that's at the beginning of the catalog. And it cuts out this beautiful, lacy, intricate card front. God, that would be just think about it. Yeah, just put a piece of fancy paper, pattern paper behind it, add a greeting, and you're done. So that's a bundle. Next up, the Sand in the Sea. I know there are a lot of people who love their sand and sea elements, especially whether they live by the beach or not. They are very beautiful, I will say that. So this is also a product suite. So we have the stamp set, the die, some little opaly round things. We have an embossing folder that makes these gorgeous seashells, and I've seen some darling things done with that. We have, I'm going to call them stickers. They're self-adhesive die cuts. Also makes it, and here is the pearly paper that I used on my one swap. And it cuts beautifully. Oh my gosh, that stuff cuts like butter. It really does. It's not like some of our foil paper. It really is a different weight and different quality of paper, and it just cuts like butter. And here's our Sand and Sea pattern paper. And so here I thought I'd show, here's the stamp set all blown up and the dies, and I've seen some absolutely adorable stuff with them, which is why I like getting swaps, card exchanges with them, because she did this with the, she used the embossing folder. And I'm not sure how she colored her paper, or is that the back of, might be the back, yep, it's the back of one of the papers. And then this lovely twine. And then here's the next one. That was Cindy, and protect her information. And this one is Dawn. So that's another one. And then we have coordinating, you know, keeping kind of the surf and turf thing. We have Flamingo stamp set and dies. And And then next we have the Sweet Strawberry Bundle, which is a stamp set and a punch. And there are products in the celebration brochure that goes till the end of February that coordinate with this. It's paper and another stamp set. Berry Blessings, I believe it is. It's the Berry Blessings bundle with, for $100, you get the stamp set and the pattern paper, the designer series paper. So here is a card that we have. One, I think that's Jenny. Yep, Jenny. And Dawn. Adorable. I really like that Rococo Rose Strawberry. Yeah, that's cool. And then we have the In Bloom stamp set and die combo. Do you notice that a lot of the stamp sets in this catalog have coordinating dies or punches? Interesting, huh? But this Pierced Blooms combo, it actually, again, coordinates with one of the celebration sets, celebration items, the paper blooms, it's called, until February. And I am kicking myself, and I may still do it. It's the In Bloom bundle, they call it. But this coordinates beautifully. I did not get this, but I got the paper, and I've got a class coming up on that. And guess what? Guess what? I had to fussy cut all the flowers out of the paper. Oh, goodness. And so we have Shark. Cue Baby Shark song. For those that had little kids and survived that. My kids were long past that, thankfully. But we have these adorable sharks and the dies. They really are cute. And then the Oh Snap alligator. I'm sure my adult daughter would probably like me to get that. Even though she's all grown up. Next up is a product suite called the Ice Cream Corner Suite. And it has a stamp set and a punch for our ice cream, and this gorgeous Blackberry Bliss ribbon and these little confetti things and the paper. And this is from Cindy. This was her swap. Isn't that adorable? So yeah, the punch, and here's the thing, I'm seeing a lot of other uses. Don't think of the punch just the ice cream cone. Take a look at those shapes. You could turn that into a teddy bear head. You can do a lot of things with that. So look beyond just what they're used for in the catalog. Next up, we have this Hey Girlfriend stamp set, which I love, the kind of kicky, fun, trendy girlfriend. And here was what someone pointed out, is for the first time, we actually have someone who's more ethnic in the stamp set. This was, again, it was $1 million seller, and that's what she wanted. She wanted something to represent a more wide variety of ethnicity, we'll say. So that's pretty fun. And this was Janelle's. Very cute, with kind of a fun fold. Next up, we have the Prettiest Bundle, which is very cake oriented. Makes me hungry. With our macarons and our beautiful cake and flowers, wedding, shower, all kinds of things in the coordinating dies. And then we have Hey Chick, which I could do a whole thing on because that's a whole special thing. Hey Chick is in here. Hey Chick, Hey Birthday Chick, I'm sorry. Hey Birthday Chick is coordinating with the Hey Chick Celebration stamp set from 4 years ago, which everybody went nuts for. And they're re-releasing it. So, you heard it here. Nothing secret about it. That there will be dies coming out that cut out these chickens, and there will be dies coming out that, they're re-releasing the Hey Chick, the original inspiration for this, with dies. Both will have dies coming out for them. Woo! Can we just say that? Woo! And there'll be stuff coming up on that. Woodland Wonder, very cute. You can do some really fun stuff with that. You can make a mini girls chart even. And next up we have Snail Mail. Snail Mail is again a product suite with a stamp set and some dies, and it also coordinates with our postage punch that's in the annual catalog and some cute little elements. And I'm sure you could take your blends and color the white ones if you wanted them a different color. And some lovely ribbon and our pattern paper. And the dies make a adorable little mini envelope. So here are the samples that I got from this. This is Angela. And see how she stamped and blends and then cut it out with the dies. This one is Jenny. Very cute. And you can see the big square kind of coordinates with the actual postage one. And then this is Angela again. I mean, the colors in this paper are really fun. So that's fun. Next up, we have Handmade for You. Great for the not just card makers, but craft queen stitching. I mean, hashtag made it. What fun is that? And so we have a sample. Janelle used a lot of variety of products on this one, and I love the pop of the paper. That's, I believe, from the Valentine Suite, that bright foil paper. And next up we have the Lacy Petal dies. Sorry. Next up, I'm going to take my microphone away for a minute. Excuse me. I need some water. We have this welcoming window with the watercolory look and these very intricate windows, which, I mean, God, I've seen some beautiful samples. It's not quite my jam, but I certainly encourage those that love doing piecing, paper piecing, to get that. It really, I mean, again, the samples that I've seen are just beautiful. Next up, Enjoy the Moment. Demonstrators got this for our November Onstage online convention. And it's kind of become one of those love it or hate it stamp sets. And I really love it, actually. And someone has made a chart of what these different seed pods are. I can never remember, and I've already forgotten. But I really have had a lot of fun making stuff with this. Wonderful As You is a nice, just kind of a general, not just happy birthday stamp set. Miss you, it's hard to say goodbye, send them positive thoughts. May your comeback be bigger than your setback, you know, just some, it's just a great kind of alternate stamp set for alternate greetings. Next up we have the floating and fluttering bundle. And that includes a stamp set and a die, and I've had some fun playing with this. And this sample is from Tammy in our group. And so here's the cool thing. So this is all one stamp set, and then here's this, because she kept hers together. Stamps a stamp, and then there's a die that cuts that out, and then you can, and she kept them together, which is great. And I chose on my card to cut them apart. So you get 3 leaves and 3 butterflies from each little stamp set and die combo. And then this element is also in there, and then there's some other elements. It can be a 2-step stamper. So you can do the color in part, the line art, and then the color in part, or you can choose to color it in with one of our many wonderful coloring products like Stampin' Blends, watercolor pencils, just the traditional markers, all kinds of ways that you Wink Estella, I don't know, I could go on and on about the different ways that you could color that in. And next up we have vine design. I don't know much about that, and flowering vines. I honestly don't. That's kind of cool though. Very intricate dies that it cuts out. I mean, if you like tiny detailed flowers, that's great. We have all these different elements. That's great. And then next up is Back to Blooms. This is one of these reversible stamp sets that flip them 2 different ways to do 2 different things, and you get your 2-step type stamping where you get the line art and the fill-in color. Next up we have for our young crowd, we have the baby pull apart toys with some very thick line art. very primary looking. But, you know, if you've got littles that you need to do stuff for, that's fantastic. It's a great set. The elephant is so cute. Next up, we have a returning, or not really a returning, a brand new oval punch. Woo! Let's hear it for that. It is a 2-size oval punch, and it punches out a bigger one that's a scallop edge and a smaller one that's just a simple smooth-edged oval and a coordinating stamp set. Again, you can buy them separately or you can put them together, bundle, and save. And here is the stamp set. And for those that have been stamping for a while, these images are very similar to one that came out a few years ago, where it was a bundle with some scallop circle punches. So they've kind of resurrected those images and just reshaped them for a different shape. Again, very good all-purpose stamp set. Hugs and kisses, happy birthday, sweet friend, welcome little one, thank you, little treat for you. And so here are the samples I got. This is from Denise, who pulled in a variety of products, including that is from here. That, and I know it's on here. Thank you. Hugs and kisses right there. And then some elements from the Valentine part. Here's the little steel hearts. And then here's another one. This one's from, oh, Autumn. I believe that's Autumn. And she cut up the Hydrangea Hill Designer Series paper in our scripty folder and just added that very simple element. Makes for easy cards. It's great. And then we have Well Suited. I love this product suite. And it is a suite, which means you get a stamp set, a die, some pattern paper, DSP, and some trim. Oh my gosh, it's just endless. The possibilities are literally endless. I've already used up a good chunk of my paper too. Another one. Ride the Range. Great farm type, rodeo, whatever. Love the barbed wire. I would buy it just for the barbed wire and the horseshoe, honestly. And the hay. Oh, I didn't notice the hay before. And so we have dies that coordinate with that, and that would make, obviously, I can see a haystack or a big arch. I don't know. I can see all kinds of things with that element. Next one is a cut above. Great guy, Father's Day, line art type stamp set, which means coloring in or leaving it blank or whatever your jam is. And next we have Soar Confidently. Oh my gosh, it reminds me kind of of a Rembrandt drawing. The detail and the shading on these aren't really quite our typical line art, so you wouldn't necessarily have to color them in. Or I like what they did there. I mean, that's for an example of something, but I like where they did just like half of it. But I mean, honestly, those images kind of stand on their own. They don't really have to be colored in. And that introduces our new blending brushes, which are fantastic. I've ordered 2 sets already because I plan on having one for each color. They wash up great, I will tell you that. And honestly, after you've used them, let's say you want to switch colors, if they've dried, I've discovered the color really does not transfer. So, but I just wash mine under some warm water and let them dry overnight. And then we have another $1 Million Stellar. This coordinates with another series of stamps that are in the annual catalog, which we've had that kind of a series. They don't really call it a series, but they all coordinate together. We've had some like for pregnancy, for wedding, for, well, in this case, grandchildren, and some other things. And they all coordinate these kind of sketchy line art stuff. And we have Hot Dog. Oh my gosh, this hot dog is so cute. And then we have these whimsy dies, which I really need to get on my list, that just kind of make a stitched marking, but that's just, it is whimsical. around the edge of your project or layer or whatever. And then, you know, here's some other items that are in the annual catalog. And that's about it for this catalog. And then it just goes over what is actually bundled. The back of the catalog now has that, which is why our catalogs keep getting fatter, because people like that. They like to see the stamp set and what, you know, the bundly things that you can bundle 10% and save. And what we've added now is for those that will work with our mini die cutter, that is available to purchase now too. And I need to go over that. So this will work with the mini, and it has a little mini symbol by it. If you can't afford or don't have room to store the big one. Now keep in mind, they don't take up a lot of room when they're being stored because you fold the sides up. But the mini one, which is 3 or 3.5 inch width, there's a lot of dies that'll fit in the mini one now. As you can see, look at all that. And it's just the bundles. I mean, again, we are having more and more and more stamp sets all the time that have a punch or a die that coordinates with them. One of my favorites. I don't know why. It's silly, I think, the lip punch. So again, look at, so we have pages and pages of stamp set and die bundle. Bundle, 1, 2, how many new punches? 3, 4, 5, 6 new punches too. Fantastic. And then this is just kind of a stamp set at the glance. You know, we've got some summation pages in the back. Here's our dies. Here's our new papers. Stuff like that, which is, I love that. Just kind of a summary. So, and that being said, we also have, because it is that time of year, it's actually always that time of year, hosting. Why not? $99, best catalog value out there. For $99, you get $125 in product. During celebration, you get 5 paper stacks. 5 paper stack is 6 by 6, and I think it has 44 sheets in the pack. I don't know. I can't remember the math of how many sheets you get for free for joining before February 28th. Anyway, fantastic. Thank you for joining me on this little journey through the January to June 2021 mini catalog. I hope you've enjoyed talking through and seeing some samples, and maybe you saw something that didn't catch your eye before, or you scrolled right past. I certainly found one stamp set that I hadn't seen before, and there's just a lot to take in. So I thank you. Again, my name is Sandy McManus. You can find me at needsaribbon.com.